Huh? Oh, right. Yeah, okay, wait. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, then. I switched the screen and it's like it didn't appear for a second. Alright, yeah, it's because this game, I need to like click it and it's like, because it's a full screen game, so I guess that's why I have to do this. Hi everybody, it's Michio Dai, your Tokusatsu hero wannabe. And today there's a public holiday, so we're gonna chill and we're just gonna take it easy and just play some games. I'm not gonna like nah. I was like, should I draw today? And I'm like, nah. I feel like chilling. Art drawing is such an intense stream, you know? I talk about so much that it was intense for my brain because I need to think of like what to say and stuff and yap. But here I'll be yapping, voicing some of the stuff. I'll just mostly be reading, not really doing like special voices, not like say like Ace Attorney. If you want the goofy voices, you can check out my YouTube channel where I have a playlist of my me and Mince's like Ace Attorney streams. We voiced Ace Attorney 2, 3, and Apollo Justice so far, and we're just kind of taking a break for it for now. So I'm just like thinking like, oh okay, yeah, maybe I'll just like, I still want to keep my chords of steel, my vocal chords of steel, so I'm gonna just like continue like just like, you know, just voicing stuff and just like, okay, yeah, I can play Katawa Shoujo. Yeah. So the last time we played this was way back in February, I think. It was during Valentine's Day. I can't remember if it was the day itself or something else. Also, because we're in the living room, it just smells like potatoes and cheese, which is nice. I like potato and cheese. If you chill again, yeah, no. If you want to see some like art and if you want to see some art and like know when I'm streaming and know what I'm cooking, actually cooking, I cook stuff for dinners and meals sometimes. So today I cooked potato au gratin. I don't know what the owl stands for. Maybe they got hurt or something. I don't know. They stubbed their toe on the table when they were carrying it. So potatoes au gratin, or maybe I'm pronouncing it wrongly. It's a French dish. It's French, right? I think. Yeah. So I loaded it up with cheese and cream and this ice. I cooked it. It was so cool because I just like I prepared it and it took long. Every time my preparation takes damn long. sorry. My prep always takes super long. So I prepped it and I just like put it into the oven and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna go jog. So I did a jog and then just like Minz did a workout as well. So we both exercised and after we came back and like we ate some potatoes au gratin, and I also pan fried some chicken thigh with like garlic and thyme. Too much thyme because the thyme bottle, the lid, like the hole in the lid is not like little bitty bits, it's like a big round circle. So I was like, and it couldn't get off the lip of the bottle, so I was like, come out, get out. And it's like I maybe I stepped in the butt and it just like came out, just vomited like, ugh. So it's just like absolutely overherbed chicken. I don't know. That was a lot of leaves of thyme. That was like 1/8 of the bottle or something. I was not expecting that. I was like, shit. That butter is so herbed. Oh god. Yeah, but yeah, the entire place smells now. At least it doesn't smell like deep fried stuff. I feel like once we move in, there might be a chance that like place would smell very deep fried because we're having an open concept kitchen. Okay, I keep yapping. It's as if it's the art stream, but okay, it's just sometimes I just feel like yapping and talking, but I'm just like I don't wanna move my hands and do the arts. You know, I want to take a little break. I mean to get a long break from art, but yeah. I will draw on Sunday, that's for sure. That fills up the time for Apollo Justice that I usually stream on that time. So I'll be drawing my Ace Attorney cosplay there for the little project that Minz is working on. I'll say that at the end again. Why am I saying it now? Alright, let's load up. Lunch Evolution Theory. What the heck did we stop at? Wow, that loaded immediately. Wow. Also, it sucks that like Katawa Shoujo does not have a... Sorry, is my phone charging? It is. Okay, I accidentally hit calibrating. Yeah, so there's no category for Katawa Shoujo on Twitch. It's a game that does not exist. Or I don't know. I'm the only one doing it. I have no idea. Sorry for the sniffles. Sorry, give me a second. I'll try to sniff. Okay, now we're back. I all tabbed and I was like, oh, okay, we're back. And it's like, no, I'm still muted. Oops. Alright, okay. So the sniffling kind of helps here. It's like, I feel very tired this morning. Probably because yesterday itself was a very tiring day. On top of that, I woke up far earlier than necessary. Okay, at this point of the story, I think this is maybe the third day. Or I'm pretty sure it's not the second day. But we've met two girls, Misha and I've forgotten their names. Yukimuro? No. There was Lily and Hanako. Those are the easiest names to remember because those are literally just like Lily's a flower and then Hanako is like, oh yeah, Hanako, yes. It's very like that's it. Yeah, there's Hanako. Hanako-chan. From Yakuza 0. Bless. There's so the first two girls, there's I was gonna say, is it Michi and Misha? But I'm like, wait, no, there's no way. Wait, I can't remember. Suzume. Suzuran. The class president and her lackey, her pink-haired lackey. Sorry. Yes, I forgot. It's been a while. Even though this is not my first playthrough, but I'm sorry. But today we're gonna be meeting with Emi and Rin. Hopefully. I'm pretty sure I did save before this, because I was thinking like, I thought I saved at a point where I was in a corridor, but now I'm in a classroom. Oh, right, okay, I think I remember where I stopped. Basically, I went back to bed and I slept, and then this was the screen where I'm just like, oh, okay, I woke up. Okay. So, Shizune, right, Shizune and Misha, right. I remember, like, was Shizune, was her name, like, what's her last name? I can't remember. It was like, is it Shizune, like, I know it's like kind of related to me or something like that, or is it just Misha? Maybe just Shizune and Misha. Huh. Well, after saying hi to Shizune and Misha, I start doing the work as instructed from the board. It already looks like today is going to be heavy. Heavy. Okay, I'm not supposed to do Ace 20 voices. Alright, so pal. I don't have a problem with that now though. Shizune and Misha might jump on me trying to get an answer about whether or not I've decided to join the student council, even if it's just one day. It's just one day past? Probably. I wouldn't put it past them to try, and I don't have an answer for them if they do. So this situation is convenient for me. Oh. About 10 minutes into class, Hanako walks in and takes a seat, but no one looks at her. The teacher doesn't even comment on the lateness. He does, however, stop us to say that we're gonna break into groups again. I hate groups. I hate breaking into groups in school. It sucks. Well... Shit. I turn my head and see that Shizune and Misha are looking at me. Shizune gives me a smile that is equal parts cute and menacing. This is a smile that says, "We have you now. There is no escape." That's how our voice sounds like. Trust me. Hee-chan, it looks like we're together again. Yay! Oh god. Misha leans sideways while Shizune pushes her desk closer to mine. There really is no escape now unless I were to jump through the window. Was I sitting close to the window? Was I being a protag? I don't know, I'm not sure. Jumping out the window isn't the best option, sadly. What's wrong, Hee-chan? Oh, Hee-chan, have you been thinking about what you said yesterday? You said that you would think about joining the student council, didn't you? It's okay, Hee-chan. We're talking about it after you left. And it would be rude to expect you to already have an answer for us this early, right? Right. I don't know what she's doing an evil laughter. I can do that. I'm so happy you two are able to have the laugh at my expense, and even more pleased to know that you both know how crazy the two of you can be. You're aware. Well, that was in my head. I didn't tell them that they were crazy. Now that that's over, Shizune snaps back into serious mode and smacks today's assignment with the back of her hand in an overly dramatic and important way. When I actually look at the stuff, it's mostly just reading. In fact, there are only 2 problems. I almost want to say something about how her rush to get started seems a bit much, considering the small amount of work. In fact, Shizune probably knows how little there is and simply doesn't care. Yeah, it seems like the workload doesn't matter to her as much as the fact that there is work. The actual amount is unimportant. She approaches everything with the same level of ambition. Oh, it's Hanako. While I'm reading, I let my eyes wander around the room and catch Hanako trying her hand at solving the problems. It looks like she's working alone. Huh. I can't remember seeing her work with other people before. Thinking back to how shy she is, it's understandable. Hey, that girl over there. Huh? Who, Hee-chan? Her, Hanako, over there. Does she always work alone? I think so, Hee-chan. Do you feel sorry for her because she's alone? I was just thinking that maybe she could work with us or something. No, I don't think that would be a good idea, Hee-chan. Why not? Shi-chan wouldn't get along with her. Crayon Shi-chan. Sorry. Oh, why? Misha shuffles around a question, letting out a laugh that sounds very strange. It's nervous, but still has that lilting up and down quality present in everything she says. Just because, Hee-chan. By now, Shizune has noticed our conversation, and it makes me realize again how Misha has been citing everything she has been saying this whole time. What, Shi-chan? The friend of my enemy is my enemy? That sounds so harsh. I'm not going to say that. You said it anyway. I know, Hichan. It's fine if you over here. Over here? What? Okay. I wonder if this is Misha's way of keeping things fair, since without her, I wouldn't be able to understand a thing she's saying, and vice versa. Vice versa. Is that what we say? Vice versa, even though there's no Y behind the vice. Is that also why she signs all the time? So there's never a conversation Shizune will be left out of? Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, I guess. Makes sense. Anyway, we should start on the problems now, Hichan. Well, we finished with time to spare, and I had decided to ask if there are any alternatives to the cafeteria, as frankly, the food so far has been subpar. Damn. This sends Shizune and Misha arguing among themselves about their favorite restaurants. All of them are downtown, so I don't think we have time to go all the way there. And what about the bill? We're just starving college students. Is this college? This is secondary school. This is high school. Are they arguing just for the fun of it? Maybe. They seem so distracted by it that they don't even notice the start of the actual lunch break. I look over my shoulder towards the back of the classroom. She seems to be studying her notes from the previous class. It's an odd sight. Everyone else in the class is busying themselves at the lunch break. Socializing, gossiping, rearranging desks. The ones with actual boxed lunches mixed in and chattering like everyone else, only interrupted by short bouts of eating. But when I watch Hanako, it feels that I'm the only one who can see her. Almost as if she was invisible, sort of hiding in plain sight. Is she being bullied? Is she isolating herself from the rest of the class on her own accord? I see her look over her shoulder towards the classroom's rear door. Come to think of it, she hasn't turned a page since I've started watching her. I guess she's waiting for someone. What to do? I could go talk with her, or I could read my book. I mean, is she gonna run away from me like last time? Last time we talked to her in the library and she was like, or something. I mean, to be fair, I made it such an awkward. I made it so awkward. I don't know. I already jumped the gun there. So maybe I'll talk with her. Why not? I'm new here. I can play the oblivious card and just like, I'll talk with her. I still feel bad for making her run away yesterday, so I better say something. I should apologize, yeah. Hey there, Hanako. I don't know how to voice female characters that much. Boss, wait, hey, hello. What are you doing here? Is this that one VN from 4chan? Yeah, this is that one VN from 4chan. Wait, isn't it? Wait, when you click name. Wait. Oh wait, no, I thought. Sorry, I think I confused you with another friend of ours. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is that one VN from 4chan. Yeah, I'm playing it. Wait, hold on. I only played the other well-known VN Snoot game? I'm not sure which one that is. Hold on, I just realized that... Wait, has the stream just been... Is the stream working? Hold on.
It was working just now.
It was working just now?
Yeah.
It's not showing the pause screen, right?
Pause screen? It's not. Yeah.
Oh, what the heck? Okay. I'm gonna reset my game. There seems to be something going on. I don't know. Shit. I'm gonna save first. I'm gonna create a new save. It seems that there's some issues here. Yeah, like the game was freeze framed on somewhere. Let me restart the game. It was freeze frames on like the first ever, like the starting the way it started is like, oh yeah, I think I alt tab too much or something, and just like OBS just stopped like working with it. Let me see. If I don't alt tab, hopefully this is fine. Well, you can see my mouse, but okay, I'm gonna have to alt tab. Give me a second. Yes, Katawa Shoujo, yes. Hmm? Okay. Is it working? Oh shit, oops. It's not working.
So what do you mean?
It's being freezed and stuff, I don't know why. It's being frozen. Give me a second. Let me check if I can use another capture. It's not capturing Katawa Shoujo.
I mean, if the window capture doesn't work, then just use display capture.
Let me try. Capture. Oh, right. I guess I could do that. Yeah. Let me use display capture. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Is that fine? All right. Yeah. All right. Let me. Sorry for all the screen flashes. Oh my god. Okay. This is fucked up. All right. I need to resize this. Give me a second. Troubleshooting and stuff. Oh my god. It's too Michis. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. Trying to work my way around this. Oh god, this is weird. Ugh. Go under. Go under. Come on. Alright. Oh, not really there yet. Okay. This should work. Yeah, okay, alright. Ooh, alright. Shit though. Where's my mouse? What the fuck? Where? Dude, you gotta be shitting me. Where's my mouse now? It's invisible? Fine, man. Holy crap. Sure, whatever. It's not like there's quick time events in this game.
It's visible on the stream.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
it's visible on the stream.
What?
With your mouth. Yeah, you can see
What
it
the
at the
fuck?
OBS window.
What? Oh my god, this game. This game is not running well with OBS. Hell no it ain't. God. Okay, so I had a long time where it was just freeze framed on the first screen when I loaded in.
Was
So yeah, I think so. Cause I looked at the stream and was like, wait, no, there's like nobody on the screen. They didn't show Misha or Shizune. So a whole chunk like didn't even show up.
It did though?
Did it?
I thought it did because I saw this on the stream, so I was wondering like what do you mean by
Oh no, you saw this on the stream after I started alt tabbing and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, to like refresh it. Yeah. So the other two like but okay, it's fine. We didn't really miss all that much. If you heard my reading letters, you can kind of just infer, but like there's nothing much visual happening. It was just novel. It wasn't visual novel, it was just novel. But yeah, okay. I don't know if Boss is still here, but I don't know about the Snoot game. Maybe there's another 4chan like VN game. I'm not surprised. But the creators of Katawa Shoujo, well, I don't know if like it's all the creators. It's, I think the main writer, if I'm not wrong, is coming up with a new game eventually in June. Is releasing. There is a demo of it right now. It's a Yuri game, so I'm interested in that. I could try it. I don't know if I'll do it on stream or not, but I'll see how it goes. Okay. Hope this freaking works. Okay, my I have to look at where my mouse is on the OBS. It's so bad. Alright. Hisao? Well, at least she remembers my name. Okay, it works at least. Well, it better work. It's just display capture. It displays the entire screen. Sheesh. Hey, I just wanted to apologize for yesterday. I didn't mean to startle you or anything. I'm just new here and I thought I should get to know my classmates. Yeah, sure, we met Hanako, but we didn't actually like get to really talk with her all that much. We kind of just scared her. So this is just like, you know, it's a good way for us to like, you know, get to know them. And like, you know, get to know her more, because there really wasn't any competition. This is gonna have to lead into like, you know, her route, so we gotta at least know her as a friend, perhaps a classmate. So yeah. As Hanako looks up at me, I notice her scarring once more. It's a little bewildering that you can barely notice it from across the room, but it's so noticeable from close up. What's my hits blocking some of the text, but you can listen to me read. That's okay. It was my fault. Nah, that wasn't anyone's fault. It just kind of happened. So, are you waiting for someone? I saw you looking at the door before. Yes, Lily. Oh, you mean Lily the blind girl? Hanako only nods in response, and I can't help but wonder if finding people through the disabilities is a faux pas of the... Is that how I read it? Faux pas? Is the X silent a faux pas? A foop? A poop of the worst kind, or just normal here? What even is a faux pas? I guess that explains why Lily took off after her yesterday. She seems like a nice girl. Are you two friends? Yes. Maybe I need to make her sound softer or something. Would the mic even be able to catch that? I'm not sure. As if hoping for Lily to appear, she checks over her shoulder again. I think I'm making her nervous again. I hope I'm not disturbing you right now. I am. No, that's not it. It's just easier if Lily doesn't come here. Oh, because it's hard to get around the classroom? Not really. Hanako's gaze drifts past my shoulder and towards Shizune. Shizune? Hanako nods again. What about her? Don't they get along? Hanako shakes her head. Clearly, this is something she doesn't want to talk about. It does make a strange sort of sense. Shizune and Lily not getting along so well. Communication between the two would be all but impossible. It's hard enough talking to Shizune through Misha, even when you can see whose hands are talking. Hanako is so focused on Shizune that I'm the first to notice Lily at the door. Oh, she's here now. Hanako spins around to confirm this. Upon seeing Lily, she moves quickly to the door. Yippee yippee yippee! Lily. Ah, Hanako. Good morning. Is the president here?
Is the president here?
Yes. Hanako glances over her shoulder at Shizune again, as if to confirm she can't hear them even though that's impossible. I suppose we'd best be off then. Lily's sigh and tone of what seems like frustration makes me raise an eyebrow. I guess there's some kind of enmity between the two. It's intriguing, but that's not really something I'd ask about. I'm sure if they wanted me to know, then they would tell me. It's only my 3rd day here. I should be trying to make friends, not finding out why people are enemies. Still, oh, it's the 3rd day, okay. Still, it's a little funny to find out that this school has a little feuds, just like my old high school. Yeah. Even if people are more tolerant of others, they're still going to get on each other's nerves. Hey, Lily, how are things? I'm sorry I made you run off yesterday. Oh my, is that Hisao? Sorry, that sounded so weird. Oh my, is that Hisao? I didn't realize you were here. It seems that Lily's a little embarrassed about being so frank in front of me. So sorry, Lily. I thought you realized. No, it's alright, Hanako. Hisao, please don't worry about yesterday. It was just a misunderstanding. If you say so, I'm still working this place out. Well then, I think you'll find most people here a lot more forgiving than elsewhere. If you are feeling a little confused, please don't be afraid to ask questions. Sure, I'll remember that. Lily? Lily gives a small nod of acknowledgement. I'm sorry, Hisao, but we must be off. She must. Hanako really doesn't look all that comfortable here right now, and Lily still seems a little embarrassed. I wonder if my apologies really made any impact. Mind if I accompany you two? I know I'm kind of pushing it, but Lily hums quietly, still smiling. I'm sure that we could accommodate you. Can't we, Hanako? She looks at Lily, then at me, and then she freezes, wide-eyed. Sure. Just come out and shit her pants, man. So there's something about my face. I don't know. Well then, shall we go? I'm sure Lily wouldn't do this so easily if she saw how scared Hanako looks, but it can't be helped now. Declining after the deal is sealed would only cause confusion and problems. So we leave, all three together. We did spend some time with like Shizune and Misha. We like played Risk, and there was like this whole thing in the student council room, them convincing me. So like this is more spending more time with them, and this like them together, so that's good. Lily walks beside the wall, letting her cane gently tap against it every now and then. Hanako comes along right beside her, so close that she's practically half hugging her as they go. Although it must make her walking that much harder, Lily takes it in stride. As we turn around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a steam train. Uh-oh. Hanako shrieks a little and my vision briefly goes black. Ouch. That would be really bad. I mean, I have a heart problem, girl. I have a heart problem, girl. Opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking up at me. There she is! They belong to the perpetrator. The perpetrator. A short girl who bumped into me and has now fallen down onto the hallway floor. No, I'm not gonna make her sound like that. She wears a PE uniform and a very worried frown. The former strikes me as a rather strange thing to have on during a lunch break. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have legs. She ain't got no legs. Or she does, but they are not flesh and bone. The pale and very much flesh and bone thighs end in shins and feet made of some black metallic or plastic-like material. They look disturbingly artificial and unnatural. It almost makes me forget that my chest is hurting. The girl winces a little, rubs her nose and jumps up. What? Oh yeah. Twin Tails girl. What even make her sound like? Aw man. Aw man. Hey, are you alright? I'm sorry about that, really. I wasn't looking where I was going and you just came out of nowhere. Sorry. She's looking really apologetic in the hurt puppy way. The hurt puppy way of looking apologetic. I quickly forget about being angry or anything since hurt puppies are my weak spot. Hurt puppies. Who's hurting puppies? How dare? It's okay. Don't worry about it. Ouch. Oh god. I say that, but there's a stinging pain growing in my chest, and I know that this is about the biggest possible danger for my condition. Yeah. Don't overexert yourself. Don't forget your medication, and most of all, don't get hit in the chest by a twin-tailed girl. I try to rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. Are we good? It sounds kinda yabai. It seems normal. It's not going crazy, I guess. The heartbeat's not going crazy. Hey, should I get a nurse? The worried, high-pitched voice of the girl snaps me out of it. Ah, high-pitched? You want me to do high-pitched? I stare at her for a few seconds dumbfounded until I realize that I probably looked worse off than I really was. Doubled over myself and looking all tense. It's kind of fair, I mean, because, you know, being the environment that we're in, you know, she has to really double check. Damn, I'm overly worried about my heart. No need, I'm fine. Managing to say something in response, I pull myself upright, feeling my sore ribs one last time and take a deep breath. She just knocked the wind out of me. Big time. But it's nothing more than that. You sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard. It's okay. I said I was fine and nothing's broken. No harm done. That's good. Oh shit. The gang's here. Hisao, what happened? She's not quite up to speed for obvious reasons, but she sounds very worried. She must have heard a lot. More than what the situation deserves, really. Someone just bumped into me. Nothing serious. Just winded. Sorry, it's my fault. I was just going to get some stuff and I was in kind of a hurry. That someone here is Emi, isn't it? The little girl coughs quietly and shuffles her plastic or metallic feet, looking down at them before saying anything. Hi Lily, Hanako. I guess the girls know each other. Do please try to be more careful. You might be sturdy enough to endure these sorts of accidents, but there are people who aren't. The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. Yeah, well, she... like, I mean, I'm pretty fragile, but like, I can imagine some other people who are like extremely fragile. Oh gosh, that would be really concerning. Actually, don't run the halls in this school. The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. I read the line twice. It's so cute, I find myself smiling. I know that. I was just... I gotta go. Teacher will have my hit. I promised to help with printouts but I went running instead. Sorry, but I've got to change and everything. Before any of us can say a thing, Emi has already bolted away, leaving the hallway eerily quiet. You know that they have like these sound effects of like her running as well. Specifically her, the way she runs. Does that kind of thing happen often around here? There are more rules in Yamaku than usual for running corridors. But that rarely stops Emi, it seems. She shakes her head weakly and offers a slight composed smile. I don't think there's anything we can do to stop her, I'm afraid. Shall we be off then? Lily heads off along the hallway and Hanako hurries after her. The route to the room the two use for tea is fairly simple to retrace, being still fresh in my mind from yesterday, when I got lost. Lily and Hanako quickly go about the business of making lunch. Before I can even open my small bag of food, Lily's busying herself with her thermos and tea bags as Hanako is setting out both their lunchboxes. Sorry. I have a little gas in me. So, is this what you meant by coming here almost every day? Sorry. Gave in the wrong voice there. It's fine. How do I open up the... Is there a history again? Oh, right. There's text history, which I need to... So is this what you meant by coming here almost every day? Yes, Hanako and I usually have lunch here. It suits both of us as we ended up using this room regularly. After seeing Hanako's reactions to me over the past couple of days, I can understand why that is a boon. That and Lily being able to get some quiet away from her class as well. I imagine, like, having some, like, a little bit of quiet is actually good for someone, like, who relies on hearing and stuff, you know? Like, you can't always be, like, listening to, like, just so many people talking at the same time, all this chaos. You know, it's like a sensory overload. I take my seat last, after Lily's poured the tea for us and sits down. Oh, there's an illustration by Hanako. The more time I spend with these two girls, the more I think they're a perfect foil to Misha and Shizune. Yeah, they were so noisy. These ones are just, they're really quiet. Even without a voice, Shizune is direct and brash, and Misha seems to get along with everyone. On the other hand, Lily is soft-spoken and relaxed, while Hanako seems to be the shyest girl I've ever met. So, how are you faring in Yamaku, Hisao? You seemed a bit flustered before. Apart from getting lost every now and again and being crash-tackled outside my classroom? Fine, I guess. You looked pretty hurt before. Are you really okay? For a brief moment, I considered telling Hanako and Lily about my condition, but then I hold it back. I can't tell why, but for some reason I feel uncomfortable talking about it to these relative strangers, even if they have been pretty friendly. That must be normal. I think, you know, these are normal feelings to have. I guess, you know, privacy in this school is probably really important, you know. You shouldn't feel like you have to, like, tell everyone you're, like why you're in the school and stuff, you know. Yeah, it's nothing. I was just a bit startled. Judging from the two girls' expressions, I don't think that they're buying it. But in what I assume is their way of respecting my privacy, they don't press the matter. I guess that is one of the unwritten rules around here. Don't ask. Even if people's conditions are obvious, like Hanako's, there's still bound to be a story involved. Yep. Everyone has things that they don't feel comfortable speaking about, and I think everyone here recognizes that. Yep. So, how long have you been in this school? Like, yeah, you can't just like go out to Hanako and it's like, hey, what's up with those scars or something, like, what's the story behind those scars? Or like, what if it's something, you know, she doesn't want to bring it up, like it's like her memories or something is terrible, you know what?
What? Hey! That's not a disability! Well, you're not bad. It's fine. Well, I'm getting attacked on stream! Ah.
I wonder if anyone can even tell what even happened. I scream and shout, but like, you probably have no idea what happened. I was accosted.
What?
I was accosted by my wife. This means. So, how long have you been in this school? You both seem to know your way around pretty well. Me? I can't find my mouse, so I can't find my way anywhere. Well, I've been here since the start of high school, but only moved into the dormitories a year ago. Hanako joined at the start of high school as well. Hanako joined at the start of high school as well, and moved to the dormitories when she did, if memory serves me right. Wait. Sorry, I need a... Lily has been here since the start of high school, but only moved into the dormitories a year ago. A year ago? Okay. What year are we? Sorry, what? Chicken? Not cheese? Or potatoes? You smell the chicken. Huh. Okay. Hanako joined at the start of high school as well and moved to the dormitories when she did. Okay. I see. So Hanako was, they kind of started at the same point, but then Hanako got into the dormitories first. Lily came like a year ago. Lily got into the dorms a year ago. Okay. Huh. What was the story there? I forget. It's been a while. It's been a long while. Okay. That's right. Since high school. So you've known each other since then? Since I moved, yes. Hanako lives next door to me, so it's only natural, right? Oh, they live next door, okay. Right. Yeah, of course. Living next to someone is probably reason enough to befriend them. Well, though I'm guessing that Lily's blindness played a part in it as well. And also, I don't know if I'm like technically friends with my neighbor. Mr. Knockoff Harry Potter.
What?
Yeah,
So what do you mean?
my neighbor.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I can't imagine Hanako easily making friends with someone who has to deliberately avoid looking at her scars. With the immediate conversation dried up, we start to eat our lunch. It isn't long before the bells are signaling the end of the break. Like me, the girls pack up their lunches as efficiently as they set them out. I guess I better be off. Are we going to go with Hisao, Hanako? Hanako looks up at me, and for a second, I can see that she's considering skipping class. Maybe just to avoid walking to the classroom with me. Well, why am I giving her the stink eye then? What the heck? I'm like giving her a stink eye. Yes. I don't know what to think of it. Hanako really is delicate to the point of breaking if I looked at it in the wrong way. It makes me a bit nervous too, but I push the feeling aside, trying to be as natural as I can. We should hurry then. Class is already started by the sound of it. Yeah, I guess like there's no point to like make it even more awkward with her. It just like makes it even more tense. Lily gives a nod of farewell as she bends down to take her cane. Hanako and I filing up before her. We walk quickly down the empty halls to our respective classes. As we reach the door to Lily's 3-2 classroom, she turns towards me. Okay, we're in third year. Okay. Hisao, thank you for sharing lunch with us today. My pleasure, Lily. And with that, we part ways, Lily entering her classroom and leaving Hanako and me to make off on to our own. She's still looking like she wants to run away. So, do you really want to go back to class now? Yes. Okay then. I feel like I should say something more to her, but it's hard to come up with anything that will be appropriate and safe enough. And Lily was right. The more time we spend out here, the more explaining we have to do. I open the rear door to the class and walk in. The teacher looks up at me and opens his mouth to say something. However, as Hanako follows me in and closes the door, he simply nods to us and continues his lecture. This is the third time that Hanako has had her truancy practically ignored. There's something definitely going on here. She has them at gunpoint. It's like, if you talk to me, if you say that I'm late, I'ma kill you. Hanako, Hanagun. We make our way to our seats, and I notice that Misha and Shizune are both missing as well. Huh. I wonder if it's some sort of informal agreement with the staff or if it's just a quote-unquote perk afforded to the unique students of this school. Trying to make as little disturbance as I can, I extract the relevant textbooks from my bag and start catching up. The class goes on quietly. Damn, I do not miss textbooks. Sheesh. The teacher seems like an okay person despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively interesting. However, the way he teaches is really bizarre. It's as if he expects that everyone is a natural genius. Oh no. When the final bell sounds, I realize that there is a lot of time left in the day, and I'm left wondering what to do. Also, I hope that the audio is not super loud. Actually, hold on. Okay, it's blaringly loud on my... Why am I not playing on earphones? I just realized. Oh no, that might have been double audio. Oh no. Commander, sorry. Give me a second. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Also, the audio is... I think maybe it's, I think it should be okay because it really is just like this one track. I think that's all. This track is just really loud. I don't know why. What is that? Oh, weird. Okay. Okay, this should be okay. Yeah, I'm gonna switch back to it. No, my mouse is gone again, but you guys can tell. When the final bell sounds, I realize that there is still a lot of time left in the day, and I'm left wondering what to do. It's odd. At the hospital, I had 24 hours a day of free time, but here filling the considerably shorter hours feels difficult. Everyone else leaves, and I'm left alone with the teacher. Muto is examining... Yeah, the teacher's name Muto. Muto is examining the assignment sheets we were working on earlier, marking them with a red ball pen. Raising his eyes from his papers briefly, he notices me and furrows his brow. What is it, Nakai? I jump at him, addressing me, but I guess it's natural to spark some conversation since there's nobody else around. Nothing. Thinking about what I do after school. The teacher slowly puts a cap on the pen he was holding and arranges his papers into a stack, clacking it against the desk twice. He seems very methodical, and for a brief moment I'm reminded of Shizune, but the teacher is more unhurried and relaxed, much more routine. You have no plans? No, I considered joining a club, but don't know what kind of club would interest me. Go observe a meeting of someone else's club. It might pique your interest. I guess. But I don't know how to continue from there. Muto looks at me in a way that makes me quickly want to take the words back to avoid a conversation. But I can't, so I have to forge ahead. I just don't know how to deal with people. I mean, the other students. I'm talking to people and everything, so it's not that I'd be isolated or anything. I just don't know what to think about. The disabilities. It's like, it feels that I'm being impolite if I pay attention to them, and it's weird to ignore them. Yeah. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. The teacher stretches his cheek absentmindedly, looking very unresponsive. Look, these things are only an issue if you make them one. You can talk normally with someone, even if they are blind or something. Try to look behind the superficial. There's not a single student here who isn't just a normal kid behind whatever they might seem at first glance. Isn't just a normal kid. Oh, bless you. He says the same thing as Yuko did. I know they're right, but... Oh, Yuko's as in the librarian from the other day. I know they're right, but it's hard. How can you not consider, for example, Shizune's deafness, when the only way to communicate with her is to talk through Misha? Or Hanako. It's not like you can ignore her face. But... I'm interrupted by a fly flying in my face. What the get the fuck out of the hell? Hey! I'm interrupted by the door of the classroom suddenly slapped.
Oh, I slept.
You slapped it? Okay.
No, I didn't.
I thought you got it. Oh, then it's all confident slam. All right. Yeah. I'm interrupted by the door. It's by so many things. God, that fly. What the hell? I'm interrupted by the door of the classroom suddenly slamming open. Oh god. Teacher! Misha crashes in, hands straight in an enthusiastic greeting. Her voice loud and lively enough to wake the dead from their graves. She starts towards the teacher's desk with a bouncing step, hands energetically swinging with the rhythm. Muto, visibly dismayed at the interruption, and Misha in general, dismayed at Misha in general, slumps in his chair. Mikado. Mikado avocado? Misha stops in her tracks and looks around cluelessly, as if she's sensing from his tone that something's wrong, but has no idea what. Yes? We have talked about volume control before. Yes! But she doesn't lower her voice at all, and the teacher just rubs his eyes. So, what is it? We need help. We're running out of supplies at the festival stands. This is a distress. She waves a pink slip of paper she's holding around. So go get more supplies from the art room. What's the problem with that? Oh, the art room. Plywood. Plywood is always a problem. Last time we wanted more, there was only a little, but that time we just took it all and went with that. Now there's none left here. Now there's none left there. So do you know where there is some? I don't understand. How would I know? Shi-chan, I mean the president thought that a teacher would know if there is plywood. Was she wrong? Muto looks like he's in great pain, frowning with his entire essence, and Misha doesn't get it all. Looking at the two of them communicate is terrible, like looking at a man being tortured by drilling his skull open while blasting pop music at full volume at the same time. I'm afraid I have no idea if there is any plywood in the school, let alone where it would be if there was any. What should I do? Perhaps try to find Mr. Nomiya. I'm quite sure he would know where to find everything you need. Oh, the Taiji. You'd have to pry them from his cold, dead hands, but that's a different matter. I don't have time. We're so busy. She holds her head with both her hands, looking as despairing as is possible for a person like her. Without even noticing, she crumples the note she's holding against her hair. I shouldn't even be fetching these things. There's so much to do and we're falling behind the schedule. Muto looks at her gravely and then suddenly smiles. Smiling doesn't really fit his face. I think it'd be better if he didn't. I wonder if you could get some temporary help. He switches to staring at me, focusedly, with a hard expression, as if trying to say, go make some friends. I guess I can give you a hand. You can? Thanks, Hee-chan, you're really nice. She pauses, does a double take. Okay, I thought she was gonna say like, oh, she pauses, she does like a double flip or something, like she just flips twice in the air or something like that. Does a double take and then points at me with her finger, yelping, ah! And looks very puzzled. What the heck? Come to think of it, what's Hee-chan doing here? Class is over, you should be having fun! We just had a little chat. Or having a little chat. Oh no, it's not detention, is it? Are you in trouble, Hee-chan? No, I'm not. Is Hee-chan in trouble, teacher? No, he's not. Muto sighs deeply and I feel that I have to help. Have to help Misha to get her off the teacher's back. Alright, so what do you need? Here's a list. I can try to find plywood from somewhere if there's none in the art room. She offers me the note she's holding. I take it, hesitating a bit. I said I'd help you, but this has no implications on whether I'm joining the council or not. Okay, girl? Aww. Still, thanks, Hee-chan. Try to be quick. We're in a stall building streak now. We must hurry, hurry, hurry. She bounces out of the classroom, doing triple flips or something, leaving me and the teacher looking at each other with something that feels like a silent agreement. That girl crazy. Well, there you have it, Nakai. You have something to do now. Please don't sound so smug. Looking at a list of a number of items ranging from paint to plywood, all written with a small, neat handwriting that is undoubtedly Shizune's, I heave a sigh. I'll be going then. Waiting a long list limply at the teacher, I exit to the hallway. The classrooms closest to ours are designated belonging to classes 3-1 and 3-2 on the right side, and 3-4 on the left side. Each door looking exactly the same. Wait, are we second year students? Or third year? I can't remember. Okay, the last time when I had my heart issue like come in, it was at the end of my middle school year. And at this, I think I was supposed to start high school, but then I stayed a year in the hospital. I think it was a year. And then I guess I'm out, so maybe I might be second year? What? Wait, how? What? What'd you do? Oh, you got a selector?
No, I already had it.
Oh, you had... Oh, alright. Oh, wait. Are you gonna get the skin or...
No, I don't like the skin.
Same, actually. I wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
I think he looks really cool in this one, honestly. He looks cool enough. You don't need live 2D yet.
Is it because I have 3 million money? So
3 million money. And you have enough, like, materials.
apparently just had to make some chips. What is
Well.
it, chips?
Well, we... Okay.
Chips are your game.
Convert that shit! Alright, okay, sorry. I was talking with Minz about Arknights. Okay, sure, like I say. Further down the corridor, still with identical doors, are rooms that I didn't think were used for classes. I guess the art room is not a classroom as such. I carefully push open the furthest door and peek in. It's a classroom, but it seems rather badly kept or not in use. Am I in the right place? Desks and chairs are all around the room. A thin layer of dust settle on them. There are some easels in the corners, so at least this looks like the right place. The room is flush in sunlight from the big windows, shadows creeping all over the desks. Specks of dust are dancing in the stagnant air, making the beams of light almost visible. Jokingly, I call into the empty room. Anybody ho... something catches my eye and I stop mid-sentence. Oh, there's Rin. There she is. Sitting on the desk is a short-haired girl, curiously wearing a boy's uniform. With a fork between her toes, a morsel of food stuck firmly on the end. This odd way of dining seems to be caused by a apparent lack of hands or arms, but her presence here is what takes me aback even more. How did I miss her before? She's sitting in a corner very still, but I still somehow took her as a part of furnishing or a statue at first glance. I'm not being too observant today as a whole. Damn. The girl seems to be frozen in place, staring at me with her huge eyes like a rabbit in headlights. She's staring at me, her mouth wide open, ready to accept the fork, but she's not moving. I'm staring at her, my mouth wide open. Suddenly remembering I didn't finish my sentence and trying to think if I should. This weird stalemate keeps us both stunned into silence, punctuated only by the wall clock ticking rhythmically. Oh shit, what voice should I give her? I think she has a very... she seems... Huh. I don't want to say monotone, but maybe around that same... She has a very chill, like, air on her, I feel like. But she's also very smug. Hello. The girl stuffs the forkful in her mouth and is now staring at me expectantly while chewing. This is a bit awkward. Hello. I was told to pick up some supplies from here for some festival stalls, I think. I didn't think there would be someone here. There isn't. That's why I came here too. She picks up another forkful. Doesn't that mean you're here then? She raises her eyebrows as if she was suspecting my observation was false. You are pretty observant. I guess it does. But who are you? The girl is pretty straightforward, isn't she? I'm Nakai. Hisao Nakai. I just transferred in on Monday. I'm Rin. Tezuka Rin. Rin Tezuka. I won't shake hands with you, but at least we know who we are now. She this smug attitude about her. She's just making jokes about this shit. That's very nice. Her deadpan manner of, yeah, okay, that's the way she talks. Like, it's a very deadpan. I was gonna say monotonous, but like, I think it's more like just that kind of like tone. When like Misha's like, and it's just like hers like, Her deadpan manner of talking makes it hard to determine whether she's joking about shaking hands or not. It kind of bothers me. Joking about these matters doesn't feel appropriate at all. You know, yeah, Hisawa's like in this kind of like slump. It's like, should I talk about this? I don't know if I can. But then Rin is here, she's here, and like she's just like, you know, it's just kind of whatever, man. Well, I'm trying to figure out what's appropriate and whether this girl is, appropriate. She seems to have lost interest in me and now gazing yearningly back at her food. Can I continue my lunch? If you don't mind me, I won't mind you. If you need to get your stuff, the supplies are at the back. Go right ahead, but lunch? School's already over for the day. Wow, what word would you use then? There's no word for a meal you eat after lunch, but before dinner, right? It bothers me very much too, but I don't really know what I should say. I don't think you are supposed to eat a meal between lunch and dinner to begin with. Well, but I'm hungry now, and my delicious boxed lunch would go to waste otherwise. I have curry. It's very delicious. With much decisiveness, Rin once again picks up the fork between her toes, and with at least as much impoliteness, she points it straight at me. So, Nakai, what brings you to this place? Like I said, I was told to look for these things. No, the school. From outside, you look fine. Is your problem inside? Oh, she just goes straight at it. It's like, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna ask you. She's very blunt. I come to a full stop, opening my mouth, but not getting a word out. I can guess. I am good at guessing. Better than most people. Rin cuts me off before I can answer a question. I'll skirt around it somehow. I don't know which I would have done. I froze in front of this issue again. I haven't even told anyone here about my condition, or maybe it's only because it hasn't really come up. Well, it has come up one time, Lily asked. I do get the feeling that I'm not making issues of this as a... Sorry, I do get the feeling that not making issues of this is a part of the social code here, as the teacher said. Yeah, like, if it's no trouble, like, if you don't make a big deal of it, that does, it won't, you know, there's no problem with it. I wonder if the people here could relate. Probably not any better than any normal person could. I can't relate to Shizune's circumstances, or Lily's either. Naturally, while I go through this in my head, Rin keeps considering what my condition could be with an overtly contemplative look on her face. She puts a fork between her lips and leans back, looking at the ceiling as if the answer was written up there. A beam of light illuminates her face from the window side, creating a mask of dark shadow on the other side. For some reason, I imagined that visually, and I was just like, man, it would be not great if that was an animation of that. Which I think there is. If I go to her route, there's always a start animation to everyone, like, for the beginning of the route. I don't think it's anything in your head, and something in your guts would be boringly ordinary, like this lunch of mine, and less delicious. The problem must be in your pants. This messed up Sherlock Holmes kind of statement and the sheer lack of tact it was delivered with catches me completely off guard. I think I might have reeled back even physically as Rin's eyes widened in revelation and astonishment. So, I was right. There's something wrong with your tackle, isn't there? Still particularly in shock, but recognizing the need to reply something, I spit out the first thing I can think of. No, nothing like that. I have a heart problem. Arrhythmia. Well, that's the first time that he's saying this to someone. Saying his condition to someone. I said it. More like blurted out. Blurted it out. My tongue. More I blurted it out, but I said it. The girl in front of me purses her lips together and glowers at me, looking very disappointed. Ah, how boring. Trouble in the pants would have been much more scandalous. What's with this reaction? I'm sorry to let you down. What's with that response? I forgive you. Just, I collect people, and a person with, you know, that kind of problem would have been really great.
Huh?
She's a Pokemon trainer? I don't know. Collect people? What do you mean? People with different problems. Huh, so you just, like, go around asking people what's wrong with them? Pretty much. I see. Huh. Well. Huh. With little left to say, Rin resumes her lunch and the conversation dies away, but I keep thinking about what was said. It's the first time I told anyone else about my condition. All the other people have either known about it already or heard about it from someone else, or didn't need to know about it, like every other student here so far. Should I have told it as a natural part of introductions? Is it expected of me? Hi, I'm Hisao. I have a very serious heart condition. Is that how I'm supposed to go around introducing myself from now on? As if our disabilities would define us. What a disgusting thought. Or maybe this Tezuka girl just has an unnatural interest in such things. Oh well, as I walk back to the back of the room to pick up the items on Misha's list, a chance opens to study Rin from the corner of my eye. Her hair is a burnt auburn, almost orange, and cropped short. Almost orange? Wait. No, my hair is a lot more saturated. And cropped short. Long hair would probably be impossible with no arms. Yeah, actually, yeah, thinking about it, yeah, long hair. Yeah, that sounds like so much of a hassle. The boy's uniform and the lack of arms make her look very thin. Almost scrawny. She is kind of thin, yeah. She's not particularly pretty except for her murky green eyes, which flicker restlessly from below her short bangs, even when she eats. The distance and the shadows make it seem like they don't reflect sunlight at all, but instead absorb all of it within them like deep wells. She moves her feet almost as deftly as a normal person would use their arms. However, I can see how this sight could discomfort people, especially while eating. It makes me feel a bit uncomfortable at least. I hesitate to think about the word unnatural, but it's too late now, isn't it? I keep searching the cabins and shelves for Misha's things, but after enough time passes, the silence grows too uncomfortable, so I try to force some conversation out of this strange girl. So, do you always eat alone and this late? Or do you get the occasional visitor? Visitors. Maybe you are my first occasional visitor, but I don't always eat alone either. Sometimes, I eat with a certain person on the roof, if she's not horsing around. Horsing? She likes to do sports. Oh. And that's all I can think of to say. Good job, Hisao. Really keeping the conversation going here. Both of us fall silent again as Rin forks the last bits of her meal to her mouth. I look down at my haul and double check it with Misha's list. It seems that I have everything except plywood. So I think I have all the things now. That's very nice for you. Don't feel obliged to stay. I was about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you're going to do with that stuff anyway, right? Or perhaps you like to watch girls sleeping? I'm not sure what to make of this, but Rin looks serious. Even if I did, I think I have to be going. Huh? You saw? Huh? It's alright, let me... Some nose irritation. I'll catch you around, Tezuka. You can call me Rin. I feel that our relationship is at this point good enough to warrant this much. I was already turning to make my exit, but she draws me back in. Fine then, I'm Hisao. Then you are. Rin looks at me hard in the eyes, but that intimidating feeling you get when someone stares at you isn't there. It's like she's actually not looking at me at all. She blinks a couple of times, and I can't figure out why a pause like this just popped between us out of nowhere. See you later, Hisao. There was something like a tiny smile there in her face, maybe. Tiny smile. I quietly back out of the room. Yeah, what an interesting girl. She's real funny. I quietly back out of the room. As I shut the door in front of my face. As I shut the door in front of my face, I whisper to myself, what an intriguing person. From inside, I hear a muffled sing-song voice. I heard that. What did she hear? I jump at the sudden appearance of Misha, who I had not heard approaching despite the completely empty hallway. Somehow she had gotten to jumping distance of me without me making a sound. Creepy. It briefly reminded me of Kenji's nutty theory about a global feminist conspiracy, but I pushed that thought aside. Oh shit. Shizune, standing slightly behind Misha, looks aloof as she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention, but Misha is visibly excited. Right, she will be confused. No, wait, more importantly, who is in there? There's no club meetings today. She tries to curiously peek past me, even though the door prevents her from seeing anyway. Silly. What are you doing here? Sorry, what are you doing here? You took so long that we had to come check what's wrong. That's no good, Hee-chan. She wags her finger at me scoldingly. I found plywood. Oh, sorry, shit. I spat. Sorry. Yeah, Misha spat with the P. I found plywood, but everything else is still missing because you are tardy. Oh, sorry. I got the things here. I was going to bring them. I think you were up to some mischief, Hee-chan. Who was in there with you? I wonder. Misha signs something quickly to Shizune, pointing at her own ear a couple of times. Oh shit. Shizune immediately pushes her way past me and opens the door to the classroom I just left. I can only imagine the shock she's experiencing. With Shizune's diligence and attitude, the insolence of daring to deface school property by sleeping on top of it must be too much to bear. And indeed, she stares at Rin. Frozen in place apart from the slight but noticeable trembling of her shoulders, from suppressed rage, I'm sure. Instead of blowing up, Shizune just takes a few deep breaths, adjusts the glasses, and slams the door shut, turning to sign furiously at Misha. Oh shit, maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. Why she... What? That must be so confusing for Rin. She shoots a very loaded stare at me too, as if it was somehow my fault that Rin is sleeping on one of the tables. I hope she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason of my tardiness. Hello. Rin's voice comes from the other side of the... Rin's voice comes from the other side of the door, and it takes a few eye blinks to realize she might have trouble opening it. I open the door to find Rin directly behind it, looking at us with a half-interested, half-sleepy face. There we are, 3 people on screen now. Hello. Miss Tezuka, what do you think you were doing? You absolutely are not permitted to use school property for such disgraceful activity. It sure is suddenly very crowded in here. I didn't know I was this popular. It's hard to say whether she's happy or unhappy about this turn of events. At any rate, she ignores Shizune/Misha's scolding, so they have no choice but to drop the issue. Shizune taps Misha's shoulder, points at Rin, and makes some quick signs. Does she make a quick sign that's like a thumb going across the neck, like a finger going across the neck, like kill her or something like that? Throw her in the trash or something. Popularity aside, please don't do that anymore. Anyway, how's your project going? Will it be done for the festival? Sorry, maybe that was very loud. But she is loud. Come, yeah. Rin looks at them blankly, apparently at ease under the pressure. Shizune's cold. Sorry. Rin looks at them blankly, apparently at ease under the pressure Shizune's cold stare is putting on her. Rin is just unfazed completely. I keep wondering about that myself too. And? Well, think about it harder. As Misha signs her reply to Shizune, her face turns into an unsatisfied frown. Miss Tezuka, please try to take this seriously. It'll be a disaster if the wall looks like someone threw up their lunch into it. Rin nods assertively. We'll think more seriously. Misha actually giggles at that, but Shizune doesn't, not even after translation. She just shakes her head, takes the materials from me, and takes off with Misha in tow. Rin, I just like this shot of like Rin just in the corner there, just like looking at me with that face like, Rin frowns thoughtfully as she looks after the retreating student council duo. How rude. It's true though, I must finish my project before the weekend. There will be dire consequences if I don't. The end of the world as we know it. Like weekends usually are, but more dire. Much more dire. Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unforeseen future.
She sounds like a robot.
Maybe I'm making her sound like a robot. I'm sorry. Maybe that's too deadpan. I don't know. I'm about to ask what project she has and what are these apocalyptic consequences, but she walks back into the art classroom. Since you have nothing to do, would you give me a hand? You laugh. She knowingly says that. It's probably like a popular joke from her or some shit. Jeez. This paint can doesn't fit into my bag, but I need it. She kicks lightly at a huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting and sleeping on. It lets out a dull clang. Yeah, how do you transport it normally?
It really looks like.
Like what? Oh my god, your face shape is also like just exactly like it. Being the gentleman I am, I naturally pick it up. It's my mouse on the screen. Heavy. Yeah, sure. Where do you need to take it? Away. Oh. And with that, she takes off to the hallway. Me and the paint can following since there's little choice for either of us. The hallway is quiet and empty now with Shizune and Misha gone, so we two leave towards the stairwell at the other end. Every 10 or 15 or 20 steps, I have to change the can from one hand to the another because the thin handle cuts into my palm. At least it keeps my arms from tiring too fast. Rin strolls on beside me with an uneven pace that I have trouble matching, or maybe I am walking weird because of the extra weight. It seems one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast, and I can't figure out which. Is she messing with me? 2 flights of stairs below, trouble appears in the form of the head nurse and his fox-like grin. Oh shit. Ah, Mr. Nakai. What a happy coincidence. Tezuka too, of course. I'm pretty sure that's not the voice I gave them, but like, it's been 2 months. Or more. He nods courteously to Rin, who does not acknowledge him back, then... God. Then turns to me because obviously it's me who he had some business with. There is something I forgot to mention on Monday. I nod and wait impassively because I can't even begin to guess what he forgot. The feeling of the handle delving deeper into my skin doesn't make me feel enthusiastic about this interruption either. Just put it down, bro. Just put it down. It's about your medications. Since you haven't been that long on your current medications, there might be some unexpected side effects, which might require adjusting dosages or even changing to another kind of medication. So we will do a few tests regularly, but what I'd want is for you to keep an eye on everything in your condition that feels off, if you get what I mean. Nausea, headache, anything. And come see me if something happens. Alright. So, how are you? Everything fine? Maybe I'm making him sound a bit... I feel like I gave him a low voice. I'm making him sound like the Harry Potter. A little bit. I don't know. I give up and drop the can to the floor before answering him. Apparently, this takes longer than my biceps can handle. Or hopefully it's just all it is, and not my heart. I'm about to say something generic as an answer, but then I realized how often I've done that lately. Yeah, right. Other people have asked me that too. Teachers and students here. My parents, visitors, nurses, doctors at the hospital. Everyone's asking, how are you? And you know, it's more, I don't know. Everyone seems to be concerned about that. It's natural for a hospital, not so much for a school. Except this school. This is a small school, and both the student base and the faculty seem to be very tightly knit. At least, that's the feeling I'm getting. And this is not the kind of school that gets transfer students too often. The thought sends shivers up my spine, but I give a generic answer anyway. That's great. Also, one other thing. My sources tell me that you've been at neither the school track nor even the pool. So I'd like to know if you have taken up exercising as I asked. Of course I haven't, but his way of inquiring gives me the feeling that I should have been running my ass off at the track since the very first day. You have people spying on me? Rin's eyes like turn to look at me, I don't know. You have people spying on me? Not as such, I just happen to know a few people. But that's not the issue here, so don't try to slip out of it. Well, I was actually just doing some improvised weightlifting as an exercise. I pick up and lift the can up and down a few times like some sad imitation of a bodybuilder, even though it's weighing down on my arms painfully. The stupid grin disappears from his face for a second, then comes back like it was never gone. Tezuka, would you give us a second? The nurse grabs me by the shoulder without waiting for Rin's permission, which she didn't need in the first place, and drags me aside. Alright, when I told you to exercise, I wasn't joking. I understand that you are still in your first week and all, but please don't ignore the importance of this. The reason I'm coming down this hard on you is that habits are not easy to form. The more you slip and postpone, the harder it'll be. It's the same with everything. Like dieting. Can you promise me to be more serious about this from now on? Do I like exercise? Yeah, I do. But does Hisao like exercise? I don't know. Well, I mean, come on, Hisao, you gotta be more active, you know? I mean, you've been stuck in the hospital, like, he's saying, like, you know, I go be more active, and you're like, yeah, just use a stretch band or something. Something. You don't have to do a sport. So I'm gonna see where my cursor is. Okay, yes. Yeah, I promise, definitely. He studies me for a moment, and then shrugs, smiling again. Okay, that's more like it. If you go to the school track tomorrow morning, you'll meet my spy, who probably has no qualms offering consultation to you if you want to jog a bit. Consultation? See you around. He leaves with a wave of his hand and no answer, and I walk to Rin, who has been waiting idly, leaning against the hallway wall and staring at the pale lighting fixtures in the ceiling. Even when I approach, she doesn't move her eyes off them. Are you getting medications for... Are you getting medications for your heart thingy? Were you listening? It comes out more accusatory than I intended, accidentally lashing out on her. But even so, I don't really want to start talking about it. I just met her. I don't know her. It's not her business. The nurse seems to be happily ignorant about confidentiality too, talking about that kind of thing in public. But it's not Rin's fault, is it? I look up at her, suddenly feeling a bit guilty, but Rin is just staring past my shoulder quizzically, her head tilted like a bird's. I say that out. in word form. I don't know why this is so hard for me. It feels like there is some inexplicable lock that prevents me from being more upfront about this. Yeah, therefore my heart. Will it make you feel better? No, not really. It just make me a little less worse. Rin keeps looking at me for a while longer. She neither says anything further, nor displays any kind of emotion I could discern. I'm thankful that she doesn't. I think I'm still not quite used to all this. At the hospital, it was easy, but I still haven't sorted my feelings about having to live a quote-unquote normal life with this disability. We leave the main building and Rin leads us onwards towards the dorm. We stop at a small patch of greenery in front of the dorm building. The dorm is built on a slightly elevated ground, with a wall and a few trees that everyone has to circle around every time they come or go. It's probably the only inconvenient design in the school. The entire wall, made of the same kind of bricks as the building itself, has been covered with some sort of a painting. Most of it is still mere sketches, quick lines drawn with black and white against the grey plastering that covers almost the entire length of the wall, but some places look a bit more finished. There are human faces, and legs and hands. I can't quite say what the painting as a whole might portray. Stacks of what seem to be paint cans are arranged in piles on the ground, beside the wall. See, the left side is hardly off the ground yet. It's because I couldn't get in the mood yesterday, so I gave up and went to meditate instead. Then it was suddenly morning. I had to work on it, but the guys from art class are helping with the negative spaces and base surfaces whenever, which is a problem. It's easier to paint big areas if there are a lot of people with hands. The reach is better, and it's faster too. She goes on a tangent of a tangent, waving a little with her arm or whatever of it there actually is, to demonstrate even though I got the point already. The white cotton of her sleeve flaps around, and it makes me think I could look sadder it makes me think it could look sadder than it does. But it makes me feel out of place. Like, almost every tangible reminder of the student base's special properties has in the past few days. This girl doesn't notice my dreary feelings, of course, or the fact that she lost me a while ago already. It just keeps on blabbering. Yappy yappy yappa. So that's why I'm trying to figure out if there is something I need to figure out, and then figure that out before it's too late and all hope is lost. Why would the hope be lost? Because paint has to be painted, and then it has to dry, and then it has to be painted over with another kind of paint. It takes time. She finally stops and apparently thinking she made some kind of a statement that makes sense. I think it's best to start from the top. So, okay. This is your project? You did this? Yes. Yes. All of it? Yes. Nice. But I stumble with my words, suddenly feeling like I've walked straight into the minefield of political incorrectness. It's okay. You can say it. I probably won't get mad. I blush really hard. I don't really know what would be the right thing to say, if any. It feels that I'm way more sensitive than Rin is, though. This is really awkward. Don't you want to ask? How do you paint without hands? See? I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet. I almost guessed that already, but isn't that hard to do? You're good at guessing. Anyway, I don't think it is. But maybe I'm used to it by now. I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist, but seeing how adept she was using her feet to eat, I figure painting might not be the problem either. Neither of us has anything more to add to the subject. Sorry, I just wanted to calibrate myself a little bit. It looked kind of off. The afternoon light the afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that after all. I think it's usually pretty interesting. I wanted to see what it looks like in dim light. Do you think it's flat? Well, paintings tend to be flat. Not like that flat. You know, flat. Like some people are. No substance. No meat where there should be some. I know a few girls who... Okay, I get it. But I couldn't really tell. I'm not that good with art. I can't name many artists or artistic terms. Well... So I don't really have anything to say. Rin shrugs her shoulders at that saying, suit yourself, quote unquote suit yourself, without saying it, and looks up at the sky as if trying to look for something up there. I didn't think I'd get any actual work done, but if you give me a hand with the paints, I could do a little before it's too dark. I wanted to get a halogen light. I wanted to get a halogen light lamp. Sorry, I keep saying light. I wanted to get a halogen lamp like the ones they have at the sports track, but there aren't any. Rin sure is quick to recruit my help, as was Shizune. It really makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. Why not? I'm not really sure if I can be of help though. Any help though. It's just mixing some paints. You can do that. Probably. Do you have motor control problems like, you know, those people who have some? Cerebral palsy, maybe? Not that I know of. I get it. Heart thingy has nothing to do with that. She gives me a sly look for no reason. No, it doesn't. She's still hoping for a pants thingy. Let's do it then. So she sits on an empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a white brush between the toes of her bare right foot. I open a few of the cans and pour some of the contents into shallow bowls for mixing. The thick paints flow lazily from the can to the bowl, like syrup. I mix them, creating funny, hypnotic-looking swirl patterns that melt quickly into each other to form a new monotone hue. Rin sets to work, every now and then asking me for a hand with something or the other. Finding different brushes is easy enough, but mixing the paints to be the exact tone this girl is apparently seeing in her head is a frustrating ordeal. Well, yeah, it's really frustrating to mix paints. That's why I don't really do traditional, because like, God, that's the one thing I really hate about traditional art. It's just like, it's so difficult to like mix the paints to what I want. It's so sensitive. She wants precision down to the last millimeter before she's satisfied, but her instructions are obscure at best. Add half a splash of green. I crouch down to pick up a can of bright green. The other green. This green. I carefully pour some of the other green paint into the mixing bowl. No, that's almost the whole splash. More white. Is green a good color to add? No idea, you're the artist here. A hint of smile appears in the corners of her mouth. Do you lack an opinion? No, it's just that I have no idea. It's okay, because I just got an idea. Add more white. With this exclamation, I pour a minuscule amount of white into the bowl and mix it. It looks slightly whiter? That's not good. It has to be like the color when you wake up and you know that you saw the meaning of life in your dream, but can't remember it. Maybe it's yellow. Well, fair. I don't know. Even I'm just like, maybe it's very. What's that word? I can't think of the word. Abstract, yeah. Despite the impossibility of mixing color like the change of seasons or any other nonsense that's being imposed on me, I find myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. Seeing a painting being born on the plastered wall feels like magic. I spend the moments I had between mixing paints crouching down on the paving and just looking at her work. It feels slightly intrusive at first, like breaking some imaginary intimacy, but Rin doesn't seem to mind the least bit. Maybe it's just in my head. Come on, Hisao, get your head in the game. Her entire presence emits a completely different air as she patiently works the details, adding layers of paint on top of other layers of paint, steadily moving her foot across the wall to add new shapes. When I manage to produce a possible mixture of paint, the rare smile on her face is oddly rewarding. Apart from a few words, when discussing paint mixes, neither of us says a word for the longest time. And even those short discussions soon evolve into a shorthand, both of us developing and using weird, impromptu code words for various paints and hues. Yeah, that sounds like fun. As if there was some need to conserve words and breath and sound. She's getting him to think about, like, you can think about, like, opinions, you can't just, you don't have to just say, like, oh, I don't know anything about art, so I can't participate in it. This is a you thing. And it's like, nah, everyone can think, you just have to just put it a little bit into words and stuff and, like, just form those thoughts, but everyone has that kind of feeling. That's why they can tell that some art looks off or something does not. All the art looks good, everyone has their opinions, so, like, you could just say it. Yeah, so I think it's just, like, pretty good Rin just kind of exercising his thought for that. Okay, we stay there late into the evening until it becomes too dark to paint properly. It's real dark. Next day. Ooh, we spent, like, almost the whole day Rin there. That's cool. Okay, let me do a little check. Thinking that the audio does seem kind of low now. I think it was literally just that one soundtrack that was, like, frigging loud or something. The sound of an alarm pulls me out of a fitful slumber and into the The sound of an alarm pulls me out of a fitful slumber and into the unpleasant state of wakefulness. It's quite a mouthful. The unpleasant state of wakefulness. I too dread that whenever I sleep. I linger under the blanket for a few minutes, gathering energy to rise up while making excuses as for why I already haven't. That's same. True, bro. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying here for all day. School is surprisingly exhausting after a long pause, and the culture shock still has not faded, I think. Still, despite getting an impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they are going to let me get away that easily. And the nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck with the talk of exercising as well. So eventually I do rise up, swallow the morning medications, and put on my old soccer clothing. Oh, yeah, we're heading out to exercise. Thanks to my condition, I was exempted from taking part in gym classes at Yamaku, so I didn't get insured with a gym outfit. Huh. I'd ordered some to cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. I can't use them for that anymore, so maybe they can get a new life this way. A bit like me. Yeah. After all, I'm going to start taking care of myself. I can't afford to slack around. I'll start from the basics. Basics which include keeping the rest of my body in shape along with what little I can do to strengthen my heart. Maybe then I can go back to something approaching a normal life. Or at least something where I'm less likely to fall over dead at any minute. Alright, I'm gonna take a drink of water first. I also need to catch my breath. Ooh, alright. It's Emi time. I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only one present at the track. Not just that, but it's a face I've seen before. The prosthetic-legged girl who bowled me over in the hallway yesterday is running on the track lightly, like a half-mechanized gazelle. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. She seems to be She seems to be running at a somewhat easy lope, her prosthetic legs clacking rhythmically on the hard tracked surface. I wonder what reason she has for running this early in the morning. Maybe it's just something akin to mine, and the nurse is oppressing the poor girl to jog like he is oppressing me. Stop the oppression, nurse! I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health, and his prompting me to do so. And even with things being like they are... Even with things being like they are, it's only because I wanted to get it out of the way early. The fact that I would be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get in shape was merely a happy accident. I'd leave, but it seems that my former assailant noticed me on her last lap. Oh shit. She waves at me cheerfully and jogs over. Sorry, I burped. It might be stinky. I'm sorry.
I said, well, it's cool. Huh. Yeah.
Okay, what voice I gave her just now? Good morning. Your name is Hisao, right? She grins, seemingly pleased that she remembered my name. Did I make it more high-pitched? You may not remember me. Emi? I knocked you over in the hall yesterday. How could I forget such a blunt introduction? Emi has the decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling. Yeah, sorry about that, again. Well, so long as you don't make a habit of it, I suppose I'll be fine. Great! I'm not sure she realized I was joking. So the spy consultant the nurse was talking about, is that actually you? That's right. Oh. I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest. What are you saying? I don't look like I could be a spy? No, this is more like a relief. I was afraid he would have someone to watch my every move. Unless you are here to do exactly that. No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I had seen a messy-haired transfer student who looks like he's kind of lost around the track. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, why are you down here? Emi strikes a dramatic pose. Training? For what? Track! I see. You're on the track team then. Emi nods enthusiastically. Yep, I'm one of the better runners too. And modest about it too. Hey, you should join up. It's good exercise, you know? I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. Nah, I'm not even sure that I really like running all that much. Plus, I'm just not into organized sports, you know? It's true. I never even really got that much into soccer. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that was really the only reason I ever played. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Emi seems to understand my meaning. I see. Not that into the whole organization thing. But now that you're here, I guess we're going to run together, huh? What? Sure, I guess. Emi seems pleased. Are you going to warm up? Real men don't warm up. Hisao, warm up. Shut up. Warm up. You especially.
Real men don't warm.
Yeah, real men would. What do you mean? Like what? Okay, I don't know. Like nowadays, like there's like everyone's like there's a lot of people more conscious of like being the gym and stuff and getting swole and shit, and everyone's like, yeah, warm up and stuff. And like maybe back then, I don't know, 4chan's like, nah, don't warm up. Real men in 4chan, like real men don't warm up. Oh no, you should always warm up. Bad Hisao. Sorry, what?
That's right, girlie.
That's right, girly. Bad Hisao. Warm up or get wrecked. She scolds me enthusiastically, but then smiles and leans closer. Oh shit. I hate warming up too. She laughs suddenly. Heck, and I don't even have to stretch my legs. What? Yeah, I mean, well, you have she has knees. She has knees, so wouldn't the stretching of, like, you know, at least those ligaments there actually? Well, she doesn't have calves. Like, she doesn't have calves. And okay, all right. I'm just thinking. He's joking. But yeah, I like the art of her. She's really cute. Yeah, I like her art. The way it's drawn. It's cute. As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple of times, giving a passing impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic. Let's go! I was so tempted to go Mario with it. I was so tempted. I literally saw that and I was like, I had to suppress. I had to punch the inner Mario in me and just like, no, don't go that, don't go that way, don't try to be a stupid Italian plumber. Let's go. So we both take off around the track, and I can immediately see that she wasn't lying about being good at running. Emi moves fluidly, throwing herself into the run with a sort of a wild abandon. She is the Uma Musume. She's horsing around. I find myself concentrating even more on running properly. Hands spread, right? And something about hitting on the balls on your feet rather than the heels. What? What's the difference? The balls, the butt? I don't know, man. I kind of like shuffle when I jog. I don't know. Well, I'm not sprinting. I don't know. If I'm sprinting, I would do that. I don't know. Jogging, I'm just like kind of chilled. I'm just letting on my flats. I don't know. I try to match my stride to Emi's, but it's pretty difficult. Apparently, I'm not very good at it. Maybe Emi could help me with that sometime. I'm really not feeling up to more than a couple of laps today and slow to walk pretty quickly. That's fine, that's some exercise. Especially with a heart, like, arrhythmia, like, yeah, take it easy, man. It's at least something. Emi keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor. Finished already? I hang my head ruefully. Don't look at me. That's why I don't want to spy. I don't want to see me. Yeah. I'm not in very good shape right now. Emi nods and then grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling. Well, the important thing is that you started, right? Next time, you just have to... Huh? Yeah? Yeah, she's the best girl.
Oh, she your favorite?
I mean... She was the first path I took.
Oh.
I guess so. I guess she is my favorite. I had to separate because I think like there was Lily's one, which I thought was like that was like the best story, but maybe they're subjective. I don't know if I would find it best story now or something, but it did feel pretty dramatic and good. Clapping your hands.
No. I got it.
You got it. It's not a mosquito, is it?
I think it is.
Oh, it's a mosquito?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, I can't tell now.
Well, it didn't look like a fly, that's for sure.
Oh, it looks like nothing now,
Yeah.
which is good.
Thank you, baby. You killed it.
I'm ninja.
You have slain it. Yeah. Ninja.
Next time you just have to try and hold out longer, then longer and longer, and eventually you'll be great. It's true. That's how I've been running. I follow her advice. I'll keep that in mind. But I think right now I'm gonna get ready for class. Shouldn't you? Emi shrugs unconcernedly. Nah, I've got plenty of time. I noticed that she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug. Not really, but I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hisao. Yeah, see ya. I'm not sure whether this morning's experiment was a success or a failure, but I'll admit that I do feel slightly good about getting out there this morning. That's good. And like Emi said, I just need to keep at it in order to get better, right? A habit. Practice makes perfect, or something like that. It's nice at least to feel like I've taken some semblance of control over my own health. Yeah. I'll have to try to keep this up. Yeah. Yeah. I head back to the dorms to wash and change into my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long and hot shower. How do you guys hot shower after like exercising? I don't understand. I'm tired from all the running, so I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slow building routine of getting to the school before the morning rush. After taking a long shower anyway, I dry myself off and get out of the stall to put on my clothes. Out of nowhere, a shadow appears within the mist, looming and radiating malicious intent. It bursts through the fog. Sup? Ah, crap. What are you doing here? What the hell? You scared me. What's your problem? I should be asking you that. I've been looking for you all over the place, man. What do you mean all over the place? Yes, I mean, I'm pretty sure this was also censored in the first version of the game. I'm pretty sure they won't keep it naked. I don't think so. I want to ask if he's been looking for me like that, stark naked, but hold my tongue back. I finally realized I'm still naked too. I quickly hold up my shirt in front of me, but Kenji doesn't seem to notice a thing. His glasses are fogged up, but then why doesn't he wipe them off? Is his vision so bad it's like he's perpetually seeing through fog? You know your room, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, hey, I mean, I still have to get up, though. Whatever, it's not important. Can I borrow some money? What the? He puts on an innocent face and looks away. That's not innocent. And looks away, trying very hard to look very casual. It doesn't work. She's as transparent as a window pane-sized glass. Talking neutrally like this, wearing nothing, feels awkward. Actually, somehow it's even more awkward to be naked in front of someone when they can't see me being naked, to say nothing of the fact that he's naked as well. I try to brush the feeling off with little success. Money? Sure. Awesome. Wait, why do you need it? Can't you just give it to me because I had the goodwill not to run through your pockets while you were in the shower? I could have, but I exercised restraint. And in the end, isn't it the thought that counts? Come on, be a pal. Yeah, this makes no sense. If it's the thought that counts, I should withhold payment since his thoughts were so clearly impure, and his intentions are probably even more sinister that since he can't tell me what they are. I say as much to him. I'm offended, man, but if that's your game, then fine. I guess I have no choice. I want to order pizza, and I already have most of the cost of the pizza. I need your help for the rest. I get some of that pizza too, right? No. Are you serious? Yeah, I will give you some, but you have class. You don't have time for eat pizza. What about you? I'm not going to class. I have to wait for the pizza and pay the guy, and then eat it. It's not easy. You have to obtain the pizza stealthily. If you don't, everyone will see you and the pizza and they'll ask for a slice. It's a hard world out there. Everyone wants a piece. They left pizzaless in an unforgiving world. It's happened before. That's how I know. Every day I plan my vengeance, so that when the people who wrong me order a pizza, I will be there, ever vigilant. Kenji strikes a dramatic pose, completely without irony. But yeah, I only need like 400 yen. Please, you're my only hope. I can't go outside and buy my own pizza, it's too far. I try not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. Let me tell you what happened last time I went out without carefully planning out in advance. I was outside. I can't remember what I was doing. Something. Standing, maybe, wondering how I got here. There. And then out of nowhere, it happened. Like a flash of lightning, splitting the sky like how you split a sandwich into 2 equal pieces to make it more manageable to hold and eat, a bird cracked on my head. It was the second most shocking moment of my life. What was the first? He ignores me and keeps going. I want to grab him and shake him. Is he just trying to keep momentum? I'll go with that, even if it's more likely that he didn't just hear me. It was like in openings to some kind of anime show, you know, how there's always a part where the main dude is fighting his rival and they fly each other and clash swords like there's some big dramatic colored auras and zoom. It was like that, but with poo. Okay, man. Alright. So yeah, I need some more money, please. Don't leave me hanging, man. I only need like 1,000 yen. I thought it was 400. Okay. What? I'll pay you back, I swear. Hey, you better. That's what it means to borrow stuff. I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back. You have 1 week. Ah! Kenji winces and makes a noise like a dying cow. Okay, sorry, that didn't sound like a dying cow. A particularly disturbing fact given that his baton is conducting freely.
It's like doing.
Yeah, shut up, no, shut up. We get it. You're not supposed to be so tight-ass about money between brothers in arms, man. Men have it bad enough as it is. Did you know that male porn stars only make about half of what female porn stars make? That doesn't mean anything unless you're a porn star. So maybe I am a porn star on the side, struggling to make ends meet as I fight the feminist agenda. And you can't even spot me or crumbs, you bastard. Nobody understands. Nobody! Wouldn't feminists be against pornography in the first place? This feminist agenda stuff again? This stuff is important. I can see that you don't give a shit, but this is serious here. Feminists are a dangerous enemy. Make no mistake. You take them lightly, and you wake up in the morning with a knife in your back, BAM! Out of nowhere. What the? How do you wake up in the morning if someone stabbed in you in your sleep? Women are terrible at stabbing things. What the fuck? I thought you just said, don't take them lightly. Well, I mean, don't take them lightly for the big things. Individually, they're not as a threat. But if there was some kind of war, like a big war with men on one side, the feminist forces on the other side, it would be pretty ugly. This guy is from 4chan. And that day will come when the feminists come out of the central top secret world fight feminist headquarters and say, "It's on now, motherfuckers!" You're being ridiculous. There's no worldwide feminist headquarters building. Where would they even hide that? I mean, it'd have to be massive. You couldn't hide that on Earth. Someone would notice a big fortress with women only in it. Who said it was on Earth? Yeah, alright. I turn around from Kenji and start practicing frowning faces in the mirror so I can figure out what kind of frown will best express my emotions. He can't see me from this distance anyway. Which unfortunately means that he just keeps on ranting without any regard to sense or sensibility. Yeah, there's a war going on. A war not many know about, but it's a great one that one day will one day boil over and encompass all of the known world. Then we will have to pick sides. We'll have to make a stand. In fact, it's happening right now. Imagine it, the bloody battlefield. A vicious conflict without end. I almost gave up when I thought this cause was silly. When I grew tired of the bleakness of our fight. When I mistook the time the power went out for a feminist raid and I thought the end was near. But then I realized that if I gave up, it would all be over. And I was like, whoa! And knew I had to get serious. Because I'm the last sane man in an insane world. It's about duty. Must be pretty crappy movement if it all hinges on one naked guy ranting in a bathroom than another naked guy. So can I have your money? He's blocking the way out. It's getting cold because I'm still naked and I want to go to class, so I agree to spot him the money. God damn. He shook me down. Awesome, thanks dude. We should go bowling later on. Bowling? Yeah, it's the ultimate sport. There are almost no women bowlers either, making it almost the manliest sport. Should I wear my pink bowling shirt with matching shoes or the pastel green with flower accents? They're bowling clothes? Maybe. Anyway, you had better pay me back. I can pay you back in stuff, right? I don't have the time to ask him to elaborate on what that means. I should have probably elaborated that, but I don't know. I have to get to class. You're kind of in my way. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to hold you up. And I have stuff to do myself. The time has come. The time for what? I just like saying that. Okay, now the time has really come. For what? Oh, you need to pee? Yeah, I have to use the bathroom. Get out of it. I was just going to. What does that mean? There's a big bathroom. Use another one. So, I have to be alone, or I can't go. The pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, what if someone else comes in? I'll think of something. I give him my practical frown and it looks kind of silly reflected in his glasses. He either doesn't notice or doesn't see. Anyway, so I get dressed and run back to my room, feeling as though an eternity has passed since I woke up. That is time I will never get back. I'll get him for this somehow. Yeah, text him. Right now I have to get class. I'll see more of Emi. I only seen so little bit of Emi. Maybe I'll see you later on. 11:40. Yeah. I'm the first person in class today. Although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, sitting alone here for 20 minutes sure beats having to suffer that time with Kenji. The combination of fatigue, frustration, and boredom starts making me feel very tired. I black out for a second, waking up when my head hits the surface of my desk. Rubbing my forehead, I realize this is as good a reason as I need to stay up for now and stop coming to class so early later. Eventually, I hear a tapping noise outside the hallway, and Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. She's not in this class, so she must have some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako. Lily stopped at the door, looking hesitant as if she was a vampire who can't come in unless invited. I considered doing so because she looks rather lonesome standing there. She steps in on her own accord though, after straightening her skirt and shirt collar as if it was important to look prim when entering our classroom. Excuse me. She calls into the quiet classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I realize the silence might unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Lily. Hisao? Good morning. I didn't hear you come in. I wonder if she thinks it's suspicious I didn't say anything to her before. It's likely. If I were to tell too big a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was already here, just asleep until now. Oh, have you seen Hanako today, by any chance? No, she seems to come in only just before the bells ring. Or after that. Do you want me to tell her something for you? No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we're the only two people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on my way here. I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess. You're chastising yourself for doing something that other people should? Punctuality is a good thing. I think so anyway. It's a very busy morning today. The festival is coming up soon and today's the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and any other official paperwork. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary forms at the last minute. Maybe that is why it's so quiet today. Misha pops in the room with Shizune as if on cue, shouting with a loudness that makes Lily visibly flinch. Hi, Hee-chan! Hi. Look, it's the class representative! Hello! Lily smiles, probably amused by Misha's or Shizune's use of the word quote-unquote look. Good morning. Of course you're not a representative of this class, right? I'm not. Lily seems a little more guarded in her answers to Shizune than she was with me the other day. I guess they really don't get along at all. Then I realized that Lily might actually not know Shizune is present and she's trying to detect whether or not she is, to know who she's talking to. That's very fair. For all she knows, she's talking to Misha, but knowing that she and Shizune are practically inseparable, she might expect Shizune being the one that actually quote-unquote talks.
Can I do this before I forget
Oh yeah, go ahead, baby. Don't let me stop you. I'm gonna take a swig of water while I watch you pull. Oh.
Excuse this.
Ah, boy. Alright. Damn, how complicated. I decided to help Lily out for my own peace of mind more than anything else. You're here early, Shizune. You were here even earlier than us. Misha puffs out her cheeks angrily. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotions on Shizune's behalf too? It's not that weird though that Shizune didn't like my little comment. It's true, I was here earlier than them, so me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge intent. Before I can start weighing whether or not I should apologize, Shizune has already moved on. Yeah, she hand signs. Class rep, it's a good thing you're here. We have to talk. The festival is coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class has already handed in their projected budget reports for the events. Even the first years, except you. Wahahaha. There's still time to hand it in, isn't there? Today! The deadline is today! You're certainly taking your time, aren't you? If I had it my way, I'd have all of the necessary paperwork days ago. But someone had to say the deadline, please extend it! Yes, that was me. Planning something on this scale is not a small task, and a week is too small a time frame to expect the whole class to work out such a complex issue completely. Do you want to know what's harder than distributing the funds for one class event? Handling the same matter for every class in the school and then some. The one who does that is me! Misha puts her hand on her hips and...
I realize you're making her sound like Mikins.
Do I?
A little bit.
No, I think Mikin sounds a lot more like... I don't know. Misha puts her hands on her hips and stands up straight. Wow, she's really getting into the role. Lily doesn't look like she's very amused though. Hey, Chizune, aren't you being a little too hard on her? There's still a whole day left. Please, Hisao, it's alright. Lily seems happy I'm picking her side, but a bit conflicted that I might not think she can take care of herself. If this is about the budget, then I'm disappointed you think I've forgotten about it. I understand how important it is. Then, can I have it, please? She might not have it on her at this exact second. It's not here right now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me. Students from my class. She emphasizes the last sentence much to my surprise. She knows about... Sorry, I need to honk my nose for a second. Okay. She knows about Shizune and Misha's efforts to rope me into the student council? I guess word must have gotten around, so now she's using me as ammo against Shizune. Oh, this just gets better and better. It was your responsibility. A budget report isn't something you should be delegating anyway as class rep. Sorry. A budget report isn't something you should just be delegating away. As class rep, it's your job to be on top of things. This kind of disregard for proper procedure is really just terrible. They completed it, being capable of doing so, but the students have been sick recently, so they could not come to school and give it back to me. If you want, I will apologize on their behalf for getting sick. Okay. Oh, really? Wait, hold on. Let me just honk again. Sorry. Although Misha misses Lily's little jab entirely, Shizune doesn't, and she seems torn between being offended by Lily's daring and jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge. Lily, don't they live here at the school? That's a 5-minute walk, you know? What could they possibly have that prevents them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to drop off something that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class? Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. Misha tries her best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to lose her normal cheerful tone. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal. Sorry, I need... My nose is acting all... Yeah. Sorry. Alright, back to Misha. And what's with that attitude? I said that it's not something you should be delegating away. Are you the class representative or aren't you? Tell me the names of those two students. They should have your job if you can't even handle something this simple yourself. One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to take off. Sorry, bless you. One form isn't the full extent of what I am supposed to take care of. Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient, but she is doing a good job of not letting Shizune see how unsettled she is becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest. And Shizune, on the other hand, wraps her fingers cheerfully along the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is. Of course you do so much, class rep. It must be so difficult being you. Lily tightens her lips at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without even a hint of the sarcasm which they were meant to have. Oh, well, I made Misha do a sarcastic thing. Whoops. I guess she wasn't sarcastic. Shizune and Lily don't like each other. That much is clear, but this seems a little much. It seems like Lily has had enough and is ready to push back. Oh shit. There we go. Oh, that's the art.
Oh.
Shizune's panties were there. I don't know if my hair was blocking that. I hope it was blocking that. Yeah, bye. I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down to make sure I don't forget my own. Alright, it's so funny because using Misha's voice. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself. I don't think so. That will be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right. The difference between us is like heaven and hell. And it's not hard to guess which one you might represent. I'm blocking it. I'm blocking it in my head. The air between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, though. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. Yeah, Misha? Alright. Safe. Safe from the girly panties. He-chan? Don't you slack off either. Wait, what are you talking about? Aren't you taking part in the festival, He-chan? You are, aren't you? Then, I hope you're going to do a lot more to make sure it goes smoothly than this person. I don't understand why Shizune is suddenly getting mad at me. I've done my part. I actually have not done anything. I mean, I helped Rin, I guess. I don't know. Cut me and Lily some slack. I don't know. I think Lily's handling it well enough, but I mean, I could show some care. I don't know. I guess this would be the right thing to say. Hey, come on, cut me and Lily some slack. Hey, I'm the new guy, remember? I literally just came in this week. And I didn't even know there was a festival happening. Or I just forgot, it's been 2 months. It's not like I could have done much even if I wanted. That's right, you shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump right into it on his first week. Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decide to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with us both. Oh shit. Excuses, excuses. Miss Class Rep has had plenty of time to deal with her report. And we repeatedly offered you a position to help with the student council work, but you refused to commit yourself to making the festival a success. Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure if... I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it will mean being drawn into a confrontation with Shizune, and that is what she wants. Whatever, forget it. I turn my back at them. Oh. Ooh. Lily, class is going to be starting soon, so we can talk more later. I'll tell Hanako you were looking for her. I can feel Shizune freezing. Maybe this is the first time she has ever been ignored in such a blunt manner. Ooh. Thank you, Hisao. I'll leave now then. She gives me the sweetest smile I've seen all week and turns on her heels to make her exit. I'm starting to forget how... choosing a route works in this game. I don't think I very explicitly say like, oh, which route I would want to go to. It's not, I'm not used to this. I'm suddenly remembering, like, I think it's something where you have to, I mean, I don't think I had that much trouble like getting into like each route, but yeah, I'm starting to think. I think it's just that I have to choose where to spend my time more and stuff. So I don't know if I'm like setting myself up with Lily or not. I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just seeing. I don't know. I think I know where there should be a turning point. There's a turning point. There should be a turning point. If I remember correctly, there should be a turning point. So right now we're still in the prologue where nothing is happening right now. But there's a point in the prologue where there's a turning point where it's like, okay, which route do you want to go to? So hopefully I remember that. Because I don't think the game tells you about it. But the game does make it kind of clear in a sense. As soon as Lily walks out the door, I suddenly start feeling reluctant about turning to face Shizune. Eek. I can feel her eyes burning to my back and I can't bring myself to look at her. She must be furious. I keep expecting Misha to say something to alleviate the tension, but it really is wanting too much. In the end, I go back to my seat and listen to the sound of Shizune's footsteps as she marches out of the room. Oof, she doesn't return until a few minutes before class. So did I cut off like Shizune's route? That's the thing I'm worried about. I was like thinking, I'm like, is this cutting off Shizune's route? I think maybe not so much. Not really. I don't know. Me taking Lily's side there not being neutral like does make it, I don't know, yeah. I haven't really even decided like whose route to play with. I think also I have to say that like I think I don't have the time to go through everyone's route, so I'll probably go for like one route because it does get long. We are literally on the prologue is long, but like the whole route is long as well, so I pretty much only have time for one, and then I'll see how things go, because like maybe once I'm done with one, you know, June is around and the next Katawa Shoujo like not Katawa Shoujo, the next visual novel is out and I don't know if I want to voice that, because I'll also want to be voicing for the visual novel which is called the Apollo Justice Trilogy. Yeah. Oh, it feels like I'm jogging with this like visual novel because it's so much text and stuff. I'm just like, oh, I'm saying so much. I'm like doing a marathon every time. I'm kind of breathless. Hanako doesn't come to the morning class, and my tongue also is to like do flips and shit. Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all, leaving a seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. Huh. I have to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on the blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, even though they are right there in the textbook. I mean, it's good to copy down equations so you remember them and stuff. I forgot them though. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while, reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyways, so I don't have to deal with crowding in the hallways. I noticed Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizune is signing so fast that her hands make noises like swords cutting through the air. Ching 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 ching. Maybe there's pent-up anger in there. Yeah. Misha is trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. Whoops. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing, it looks like serious business. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle, and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that, she has to sign back anything the other girl says. Yikes. Seems like a rough job, yeah. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Poor Misha. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished and the girls sit down on their seats again. I'm so tired. She's hanging her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. I'll use the opportunity to reconcile with Shizune a bit, without getting roped into the student council thing again. Though I suspect that door is now closed for me. Oh. Had I cut off the rest Shizune route? I don't know, I don't think so, I'm gonna here to make amends. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in this school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune scoffs at me first, as if trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me. But in the end, she starts signing without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes. She signs with harsh, heavy dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does it so well, it's almost like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. Sorry, had to sit up a bit. She must have practiced it rigorously. Well, of course. We're in the student council, you know, so we're pretty busy. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with all our strength. We would shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festival were to fail. That's why there must be no flaws, no, I think that was encumbrances, whatever that means. No, nothing that might make the festival short of perfect. Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's enacting are really oddly fitting of them. Oh, hello. Oh, it's Hanako. I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Oh shit, they're ganging. Uh-oh. Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. Shizune stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by association of her dislike of Lily. Oh no. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako? I'm here to save the situation. Has Lily been here? Sorry, haven't seen Sato. She, came by in the morning though. Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? Of course, Shizune isn't going to look away, and she's intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems. Sorry, I'm digesting words in my head, in my mind. Oh, okay, alright, okay. My mind was not working for some reason. It's getting late. Do you know where she is? If she had any sense in her head, she's in her classroom working on the festival project. But who knows where that woman is loitering at? Oh, you need to find her? She was looking for you in the morning, but I guess you have missed each other. She waits a little before answering the simple question, looking awfully like she's not sure if it's proper to answer such a question. Yeah, I can come with you, if it's okay. Hanako nods fractionally, still on guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might be more comfortable by herself after all, but it's too late to back off now. She has this really troubled expression she seems to wear almost constantly. One that makes me constantly be on guard myself. I wonder why. I kind of understand why she always seems to be so wary. Or maybe like, why there could be a person like her. But I still have no idea how I should act around such a person. It's dinner time soon. What are you planning to eat, Lily? It's dinner time already? Wait, how long did the classes last? Holy shit. She nods slightly. So she must have been trying to get in the cafeteria. Well, there's something of a dinner crowd, just like the cafeteria is crowded during lunch. It's not as bad because dinner time is longer than lunch hour, but I can understand why Hanako would be discouraged from going on. I pick up my bag and we take our leave. Hanako skips a little to meet my initial pace, so I slow down to match her speed. Aw, that's nice. It doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together. Something that I can't say I've really done before with a girl. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing though. Even though we're... I'm just gonna sneeze. Okay, I suppressed it. I meditated. It's gonna come out if it's at some point, I don't know. How do noses work? How do they sneeze? What? I don't get it. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing though. Even though we are walking at the same pace, she never comes within arm's reach of me. I guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me, given how shy she is. There doesn't seem to be much helping it though, at least for now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there's not much of a crowd there, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Huh. Hanako's head sinks even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just at the library. I was reading. So she does spend the classes she skips at the library. Like Barbie. Ah, so not exactly a thorough search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'd be in her own class like Shizune said, right? Right. With the slightest of nods, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. Gosh, she's being so awkward. It's like I need double-layered silk gloves with padding to even begin interacting with her. Some small talk might help her become a bit more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both of our minds. So, you and Lily usually hang out together after class, right? Yes. I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, not why I even asked the question. That much was rather obvious after all. She doesn't seem like the type to cultivate a social circle either, so I suspect that Lily may well be her only friend. Must be a pain being in different classes, I'm guessing. She gives a sharp, almost reflexive nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hanako hastens to make her answers as prompt and short as possible. Lily comes by the classroom, though, even when she's busy. That's the longest line I've ever seen from her for this dialogue box. It's crazy. Was it actually the longest? I'm not sure. It's the longest in this playthrough, this card, like this stream. Lily comes by the classroom though, even when she's busy. She gives a small smile as she says it, evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't any need to say more. Both of us contend that the discussion's reached an end. As we ascend the stairs back to the lobby, we are met by a group of students heading downstairs like a school of fish moving from one feeding area to another. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice her doing so, Hanako has moved around behind me. Hey, are you alright? Just keep going. The students pass us without as much of a second glance, and Hanako takes up position to my side again as we enter the building. For momentary reprieve from her anxiety all but snatched away. Even as we climb towards the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It isn't as if I've never known a shy person before, or even the shy girl. Shy girl. But Hanako seems to be pretty far beyond what I call normal in her fear of other people. If it weren't for Lily acting as a mediator, I doubt Hanako would have even been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to be completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in strained silence, while I rue her inability to socialize at all. After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lily's classroom is audible from halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting such a din at all. Well, I guess we found her. This wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first, then come to me for backup, I wonder? Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Eventually, the two of us reach the door to class 3-2, with Hanako less than subtly positioning herself behind me. I open the door. Oh, that's a different classroom. Inside, it's a hive of activity. Seemingly every student in the class talking at once as they work hardly on their separate tasks. Going by the paint cans, decorations, and banners being made, it must be for the upcoming school festival. I guess my first priority should be finding Lily. Ah, there. Finding her among the din is surprisingly easy, not the least because of her looks. With a couple of students gathered around her as she stands at the front of the class, she seems to be in charge of the preparations, or at least busy organizing them. Carefully negotiating a path through the various students hunched over the floor for lack of desk space, I raise a hand entirely out of habit as we finally reach Lily. She's not going to be able to see that, bro. Hi, Lily. She perks her head up as she breaks off talking to a noticeably smaller girl who must be a classmate, trying to listen as best as she can. Sorry, who? Sorry. Wrong voice. Sorry, who? Sorry, Hisao. I have Hanako too. Hi. She's pretty skittish considering the number of people around. It isn't too hard to work out why. Oh wait, I kind of read that weird. She's pretty skittish. Considering the number of people around, it isn't too hard to work out why. I don't know why I had to do that, but yeah, I need to do it. Lily takes a moment's pause to assess the situation before turning to the other student once again. For the moment, just ask Moria for his advice. Kenji's busy with painting one of the banners already. A quick nod and she bounces off. Wait, Kenji? Kenji's in this class? What the? Oh, shit. He's in this class? A quick nod and she bounces off, fingers carefully sliding along the wall's face for orientation. Wait, Kenji? That Kenji? I quickly turn about, leaning to the side to see past Hanako. Sure enough, in the corner of the room, Kenji's hunched over a sheet of cloth as he paints it. His eyes remain only inches from the brush, reminding me of how close he had to be to make out my face when I met him. Sorry about that. Our class doesn't have many students with even partial eyesight, so they're in high demand. Oh, right, yeah, that's the thing about this class, yeah, okay, it's kind of like it's kind of set like I think like Lily's class is the one of like, you know, partial eyesight or like no eyesight, you know, or stuff. So like I think because the classes are kind of like structured around that, so that makes sense honestly with that kind of organization. That's right. Class 3-2 was specifically for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be pretty arduous for them. Yeah, bro, I imagine. Need a hand? I could give you help if you need some. Maybe Hanako could too. A chance to set her mind on something would do her good, but I doubt she has the courage to ask outright. She quickly nods in affirmation afterwards, so I'm confident I made the right move. That's nice. Lily gives a noticeable sigh of relief. Ah, that's good. This might actually get finished before everyone goes off to dinner now. Would you be able to help the person painting the main banner? It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help. Kenji? Well, I guess so, yeah, sure. Sure is a Kenji day today. She seems surprised that I know him. I can't really blame her. I take it you've met? Our rooms and the dorms are right next to each other. Hard to miss each other, really. Well, it's good to see you're getting friends so fast. Friend. I wonder if that's the right word to use for him. Hanako's silence during the proceedings reminds me of the reason I put her up to helping in the first place. Oh, we'll go help him then. He knows what needs doing, right? Ah, oh no. Hanako with like Kenji in the same spot? This sounds like really a bye. That's right. Just ask if you have any problems. Chorusing in a sense, Hanako and I begin another trek across the classroom. Kenji sits crouched on the floor, his gaze fixed on the white calico in front of him. Hey Kenji. No answer. He continues dragging his paint-soaked brush along the large, half-painted kanji that's sketched on the sheet in pencil. Kenji? Huh? What? Who is it? If this is the way he treats class members, it's no small wonder he's working on this alone. It's me, he saw from the... Right, I know that man. What you doing here though? His dismissive attitude annoys me. His dismissive attitude annoys me. He must be the type to really get focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until he's done, I suppose. While we talk, the sound of Hanako's footsteps as she walks out from behind me reminds me that she's here. I was just going to help with the banner. Hanako that is. Hello. Oh, hey, I guess that's okay. As soon as Hanako enters the equation, his demeanor takes a complete about face. His sudden false hospitality is slightly unsettling. Alright, woman. On second thoughts, this may not have been a great idea after all. Hanako and I grudgingly set ourselves down on the opposite side of the cloth banner to Kenji, noting the several small paint tins on the ground around it. Alright. Class 3-2. Noodle stall? You guys selling noodles at the festival on Sunday? Yeah, some stalls on site or something. Or something. His non-committal nature sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. The task at hand comes first though. So how do you want to split this? We do borders while you do the text? Or do you want to switch and do the borders? Text is mine, you do borders. He has surprisingly strong feelings on the topic. As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice Hanako's already debating between colors to use. By the time I put brush to cloth, she's already started on a delicate pattern. Looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone around her worked. Yay! With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kenji takes advantage of Hanako's working to lean towards me and whisper conspiratorially, though. That's a word. Okay, man. Why are you here? Hanako just wanted some help to find Lily, that's all. He apparently disapproves of my motivations. I get it. It looks like I misjudged you. You're infiltrating them, aren't you? Going deep undercover? I should have guessed. Letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case. Is that why you're here? Obviously, it sucks, but there's no better way to get any intel than going in yourself. Sorry. We gotta stick together, man. This is a harsh school, a harsh world. Yes, very harsh. What about that pizza though? It is so harsh that you didn't even want to share it with me. I thought we'd stick together, man. Okay. He misses my true meaning as he leans back. Satisfied, I'm sympathetic to his cause. I better get down to work. Finished. Looks like I am too. Good job. The two of us connect up the lines of our patterns. Mine being as close a copy as I could manage of hers. With a grunt, I level myself up from the floor and look around. Aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left finishing off a sign as well as Lily, and a couple of students talking among themselves in the classroom. Looking at my watch, it's no surprise, it's getting pretty late. Need a hand? I offer a hand to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. As she does, I can't help but glance at her wrist. If her scars extend even to there, just how much of her body was burned? I feel a pang of guilt about it, however, as she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. Looks good, doesn't it? She looks surprised for a moment before noticing that I mean the banner. It does, I guess. She's really cute. Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the result, just as I do. With the floor significantly neater for the decorations being placed on desks and shelves, it's much easier to get to Lily as we cross the room. We finished the banner. I guess that's all that needs to be done? Lily gives an appreciative nod. Thank you, Hisao, Hanako. If there's any way I can thank you... It's fine. Beats sitting in my room studying at any rate. I don't mind either. Sorry, I don't mind either. She nods before suddenly remembering one last person. Oh, is Kenji still here? Just as I open my mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room. Yeah, just finished! I hate when I just switch from like Lily's like, oh, is Kenji still here? And then Kenji's like, yeah! Fuck. Ace Attorney has prepared me for this. He carefully slides his sign into an empty section of shelf to dry, before quickly walking past us and out the door. Oh, not even goodbye? Oh, okay. See ya, man! Bye. Oh, the remaining two students say their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us. Well, I guess that's everyone. I hope we don't have to do anything like that again. Working past school time? Yeah, indeed. The class's plans this year were ambitious. Maybe too ambitious. The stalls look nice though. She's right, it shows that a lot of work's gone into them. My, I'm sure a lot of us would be glad to hear that. At least now there's not that much work to do until the festival itself. It's getting pretty late. Should we go? That's probably a good idea. Are you going back to the dorms as well, Hisao? Yeah, I guess I'll tag along. The nighttime lighting... Oh, I've never seen this screen yet, this background before. The nighttime lighting really makes the gardens look quite different. Compared to the usual look of lush greenery, things are much more calm. Being that it's so late, the lack of students around probably helps. The odd one or two can be seen scurrying to and from the dorms, trying to eke the most out of their approaching curfews, but no more. All that can be heard is our footsteps, in addition to Lily's cane regularly gently tapping the ground in front of her. It's nice to finally be able to relax a bit after the mad rush during school. Without even noticing it, I let out a small yawn. Tired? Yeah, still getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The thing with Shizune took me kind of off guard though. I grit my teeth a little at the candid mention of their rather public spat. That said, I do want to sort out what in the world was behind it. About that. I'm sorry about it being so public. Shizune and I go back some ways. Her voice seems slightly irritated as she remembers Shizune, obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I glance at Hanako for her views on this, but her expression is unsurprisingly evasive and difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it is something, even if my curiosity goes unanswered. I'll be glad once the festival is over in any case. The change of topics welcome, clearing the thickening air quickly. I can imagine, my old school's festivals were a lot more low-key than this. Yamaku stresses the idea of a school community, so the staff likes to make our festivals and such special occasions. And yet the students are the ones who do the work. Huh, what an unfair world. Hanako and Lily both chuckle in agreement, favoring the fact that none of the staff are around to hear our grumbling. I suppose coming from a strict all-girls school helped me a bit with Yamaku. Compared to there, Yamaku is much more relaxed. That go a way towards explaining her well-bred speech and behavior in any case. As we come up to the dormitories, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See you, Lily, Hanako. The two both give polite nods before setting off to the women's dorms, just next to the guys. As is to be expected of such an arrangement, there is a staff member casually patrolling around outside to prevent any nighttime shenanigans. Walking past him, I quickly stretch my arms and rub my neck, both quite sore after having worked on the floor for so long before walking to my room. Yeah. It feels good to actually have direction though. After so long in the hospital, the everyday facts of studying, homework, and teachers seem almost a blessing. I guess if things continue like this, my time at Yamaku might turn out okay. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm clock to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. I made a promise and I'm gonna keep it. Besides, Emi is bound to rat on me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad. Alright. I will have to end the stream here. It's late. It's 12:26 on here right now, so... Okay. Man, I want to play it more and see Emi, but... Alright, I'm not gonna read this. I'm gonna save... Where's my mouse? Stupid. This create new save state. Okay. Okay, main menu. Yes. Okay. Alright. Okay, that be all. Otsu baby. Otsu baby. Otsu baby. Time for us to sleep. After a good day of relaxation and exercising and work done and stuff. Otsu baby. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's time to sign off. Okay, bye bye. I'll be uploading this to YouTube, same as usual. Actually, when I was like kind of reading stuff, I just kind of had a thought that like maybe it would be nice if every time like I switch a conversation between people, I should maybe say that like, oh, this person is saying it. That might be good actually, because sometimes like if I'm the only person like voicing this, and like say if someone is like not looking at this visually, it would be good for me to, you know, sort of take it that like, you know, not really that someone blind is like listening to this, but more of like that it'll be good if I say that, and like, you know, sometimes people have this up and like they're doing work as well, so they're not looking at the screen. So I might want to try to practice that like next stream. Could have done it earlier, but I only just got the thoughts about this. Okay, so yeah, I mean that's about it. I'm uploading. You can find all this on my YouTube channel. This is just a second episode. I think it is. It is my second episode of Katawa Shoujo. I have a lot more episodes of Ace Attorney with me and Mince, and that's a lot funnier than a lot funnier and crazier voice acting and stuff. So that's on my YouTube channel as well. You can find that. And that's all. Good night. Have a good rest of the day, everyone. Bye bye. It's Friday, guys. Bye bye.